Hey guys, we're going to start our dish by melting a half of a stick of butter, and this is our beginning sauce for the spin on our Alfredo sauce. This is not a traditional Alfredo sauce, just a spin. For people who don't have the maybe correct ingredients on hand, you might not have half and half, so we're going to substitute that. I'm going to go ahead and dump a half of a small onion and about 6 mushrooms diced, well not diced, more like chopped, into the butter. At this point, now that the mushrooms and onions have kind of devoured that butter, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, because I'm about to add the garlic. So I just want to add the olive oil now. Now that that's going real good, I'm going to go ahead and add 5 cloves of garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, 1/8 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and we're going to go ahead and stir that all up. Okay, I have added between 3/4 to 1 cup of 2% milk. 2% milk. 2% milk is what I have on hand. Remember, this recipe is for what you have on hand, and you have to improvise. Sometimes you don't have all the fancy gourmet items. You don't have the heavy whipping cream, this, that, and the other. So we're doing what you have on hand. And I have 2% milk, not whole milk. And as I stated, I have a little bit of liquid left from the rotisserie chicken I got at Sam's, and that looks to be about half of a cup. So I'm going to pour that in right now. All the little bits of chicken and everything. I just heated that up in the microwave so it can get loose, and I added that right in. That's going to add a lot of flavor. Also to that, I am adding a half of cup of cream of chicken soup. I just went ahead and emptied the whole can of cream of chicken, because who wants a half a cup of cream of chicken sitting around? You can use it, for another recipe, but I'm not about to make anything else that needs cream of chicken, so I'm going to put it all in here. Makes it even creamier. Next, here I am adding a cup of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to stir that in. You can use another kind of cheese. I would prefer casserole cheese, but I had mozzarella, and mozzarella tastes good in here too. And look at that. The sauce is all nice and creamy. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, and of course, since I had that little bit of leftover flavored juice from the chicken, the rotisserie chicken, I have the leftover meat pulled off of the rotisserie chicken. And I would say that's about 3/4 of a cup of chicken, chopped chicken. Oh no, that's 1 cup. And you just stir it in that sauce and get it all good and garlicky and buttery and all that sauce flavor on there. I like spinach in mine, so I'm going to go ahead and use about 3/4 cup of the fresh cut leaf spinach. This is the Del Monte brand. I just drained the liquid off of here. So it's a full can, but I just drained the liquid off. So I'm going to add about 3/4 cup anyway. So just get that all stirred in. I'm using the 16-ounce penne rigate, the pasta, the Kroger brand. think it was $1.89 or $1. So this works well for this recipe, and I'm going to boil it up. I'm going to now go ahead and dump the noodles into the sauce mixture, and it's going to look good and it's going to taste good. Here it is. I'll plate it up, you guys, and I have mozzarella and Parmesan. I just like to top mine off just a little bit. This is about a half of a tablespoon of mozzarella and a half a tablespoon of Parmesan. You don't have to use this, but this is just what I'm using on my serving. I like to stir it up a little bit so that it melts, or you can just microwave it a little bit to melt the cheese on top, but this tastes so good like this. I boiled the whole box of noodles, but I didn't use all the noodles because I like mine more saucy than noodly, if that makes sense. So I just went ahead and left out about, I'd say a cup or so of noodles, but you do it to your liking, But here it is, my spin on chicken Alfredo with spinach.